Hello mga viewers! Welcome back sa aking YouTube channel. So today, we're going to cook pancit canton. No, Miki Bihon. We're going to cook Miki Bihon. And that was requested by my beautiful wife, Leia. And of course, I have my sous chef here. What's your name?
Leanne.
Leanne. Okay, so some of the ingredients that we're going to be using are I already chopped the um, the what do you call this?
Oh, that's garlic.
Garlic. And what do you call the other one?
Oh,
This is I already sliced that. That's onion.
onion, I mean.
Yes. And of course, we're going to use pork belly, pork, belly. We actually forgot to take it out of the freezer, so I'm thawing it right now. And I heard that the fastest way of thawing meat is to put it under running water. So it's only been 15 minutes, and as you can see, as I can, feel it's already getting softer. All right. So this is actually my own recipe, and I'm just inventing this recipe. I just want to add some mushrooms. I'm going to slice it, and I have here shredded cabbage, carrots, and celery. Just some veggies for later to put on top of the pancit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was able to thaw the pork belly, and I already sliced it. Actually, I sliced it into thin strips, about half an inch wide, and it only took me 20 minutes to thaw the frozen pork belly. As I said, put it under running water, and you should be able to cut through it. All right, next I will be actually going to start the stove, heat the pan. So I'm going to be using a wok. Actually, I'm going to use a wok, and I'm just going to put a thin layer of oil here, probably 2 tablespoon, no, 1 tablespoon of oil, because I'll be actually frying the pork first. I'm going to put the fork, and as you know, pork has a lot of fat, so I don't really want my pancit to be too greasy. So just a little bit of oil here, so that it will just so that the pork won't stick into the to my wok. All right, I'm just going to wait for it to heat up, and I'm going to put in my pork belly. Okay, so I think that's hot enough. I'm going to put in my pork belly. And I'm just going to fry it a little. Oops, oops, oops. So take note, I'm not a chef. I just like cooking. So this is how I do it. This is how I cook pancit. No. So next I'm going to put some salt. All right, salt. I just want to I just want the water to go out a little bit, and to give it a little bit of seasoning. And I'm going to put some pepper in it. All right. There you go. And then I'm just going to mix it a little. Stir it occasionally until it's brown, until all of them are a little bit of a brownish color. Right? I don't want to cook it too much, but I want it to have a brownish color. All right. Okay, it's still cooking, so I think it's what they call caramelized. We want the the sides of the pork to have some texture, a little bit of crunch when you eat it later on. Because if we just boil it, it will just be soggy. So we want to fry it a little, and have some texture on the sides of the pork belly. And so while I'm cooking the pork belly, my sous chef here is slicing the mushroom. There you go. Good job, baby. Just slice it. There. All right. Oh, all right. As you can see, some of the oil is coming out now, and we'll just fry it a little bit. This is actually how my mom taught me on how to cook pancit. You have to do these things. And my mom she's not a chef, but she's a good cook also. She cooks delicious food. So I learned a lot of the things I cook from her. And this is one of her favorite actually, pancit. Okay, as you can see, it's turning a little bit brown already, and you don't hear the water coming out anymore. So it's and you see that there's a lot of oil from the pork. So we just put it on the side, and we're actually going to use the oil of the pork to saute the garlic and onion. So we're going to put some garlic here. So I know some of the chefs, want the onion first, but in the Philippines, they usually do the garlic first, make it a little bit brownish in color, cook it until that it's a little bit brown, and then we add the onion. And all right, I think that's good, and we're going to add the onion now. All right, and just saute the onion and garlic, and of course we have to wait for the onion to caramelize and become a little bit softer before we mix all the pork in it. All right, I think this is good, and we're just going to mix the pork with saute the pork and everything in it, and we're actually going to add the mushroom. Sous chef, where's my mushroom?
It's here.
All right, give it to me.
Okay.
All right, thank you. And we're going to add the mushroom, and just saute the mushroom with everything, onion, garlic, and pork belly. Alright, so while that's cooking, I prepared all the other ingredients that I'm going to use. I'm going to use soy sauce, and I usually use this rice seasoning, sweet rice seasoning, Mirin, just for it's a little bit of a Chinese flavor in it, and I usually put some about a teaspoon of brown sugar. So I'm going to add this now, the soy sauce, about a tablespoon, and about a tablespoon of Mirin, and a teaspoon of brown sugar, just to make it a little bit sweeter. And we're going to stir it. There you go. So, all right. So I actually transferred all the things that I sauteed in a separate container, and in the wok I'm going to boil what's this, chicken broth. This is where I'm going to make the noodles, cook the noodles, make it soft, and I'm going to separate it also later. So I'm going to cook the rice noodle first, and then the lo mein noodles. Okay, so basically I'm going to wait for that to boil, the chicken broth, and I'm going to put this in there. So I'm using the rice stick. Bihon says Bihon, excellent rice stick. That's what I'm going to use for my pancit Miki Bihon. And I'm just going to boil this pancit in there and cook it until it's soft, probably about 3 minutes. And I'm going to separate it in a separate container again, and I'm going to cook the lo mein next. Alright, so I'm just boiling the bihon, probably 3-4 minutes until it's soft. It's not that soft yet, so just wait for it to boil a little and absorb some of the broth. And then I'm going to take it out, transfer it to a separate container here, and then I'm going to stir fry the lo mein. So next is I'm just going to boil and cook the lo mein about probably 4 or 5 minutes. I actually just use regular water here, and I just put some salt and pepper just to make it a little bit, put some taste into it. So I actually bought, it's a Chinese lo mein. It's actually this, I got it from the Chinese store. So this is what it's called, lo mein noodles. Okay, and the next step is I'm just going to, I put the lo mein out of the fire. I'm going to put this, the meat again back into the pan. So this time I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to combine the lo mein and the bihon, and then it will turn into a Miki Bihon. Alright, let's see here. Okay, that's that. And then we're going to put this back. And then we're going to mix it a little bit. And then I mixed in the bihon now, and I just wanna going to mix both, all the noodles and the meat. And then I mixed in the vegetables. Actually, I mixed in the vegetables so it will cook a little. And then you can probably add some more soy sauce to season it a little bit, or the soy sauce can be on the side. Okay, and that's the finished product. Right, I'm just going to transfer it to a tray. Okay, and here's the finished product. It's the Miki Bihon. It's a combination of the bihon, rice noodles, and the lo mein noodles. Well, let's taste it. Okay, let's go. Eto, we're going to taste the pancit, the Miki Bihon, and of course we're going to taste the noodles, right? The noodles itself, not the pork, although my favorite is the pork, of course. So let's see. Good. All right, so if you want it to taste a little bit, salty, and some put lemon, or you can combine soy sauce and lemon, and you can just put some over the pancit. All right. Okay. Here. So here's my Miki Bihon, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Ano masabi niyo?
May lasa siyang charred. Parang tinusta. Ganon. Masarap. May tinusta ka dito.